Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Nana's channel with your girl Tanika. Hopefully you guys have watched my previous video. If you haven't, stop and go back, as we are gearing up for our first PCS as a military family. Today I am not going to go over anything packing or how I'm organizing things because we're still in the midst of it, but I did want to give an introduction and prelude into how I created my PCS binder. I'm going to put some fancy words or fancy letters on here eventually, but yes, so PCS binder, I do definitely recommend it. And it's not even just for PCS. I would just call it Mill Spouse binder or whatever. It's just, this is the binder that has been with me, and like my best buddy, it rides in the passenger seat with me. Literally, I have used it from the beginning until even now, and I'm pretty sure it will always be with me. Actually, I have to find a bigger one because it's kind of getting to capacity at this point as far as what I have had to put in it. So yeah, I am going to go through this binder, but as of right now, as far as this introduction is concerned, I'm not feeling very comfortable. Like, I'm not showing the top part of my head because I am overdue for a retwist. But guess what, guys? That retwist is scheduled for tomorrow. So the next few clips that you're going to see with me explaining, hopefully this will be updated and done. My hair will be retwisted, and then we can get busy. So yeah, stay tuned for my PCS binder explanation. Military family should have this, regardless if you're a spouse or the duty member. So it's just going to be the binder. So in the binder, I would go page by page to show you guys how it is. However, there's basically important and sensitive information on almost every page, and if I showed it to you, then I would have to figure out how to blur it out, and it was just too much. So I'll explain exactly what the binder is and give you some tips and tricks on how to put together your own. Of course, first things first, you need a binder. I had a small binder laying around that my daughter wasn't able to use since she stayed home virtual last year, so we ended up using that one, and it's my favorite color, so that was always a plus. In this binder, the first few pages, I have our important documentation, identification for our documentation. So what I did is I went to my printer or my scanner, and I placed all of our social securities on the scanner, made a copy of those for one sheet. The next sheet had a copy of any of Benjamin and I's driver's license or identifications, his green card, front and back copies, and that was the next sheet. The next pages are copies of all of our birth certificates. In the binder, I have used clear sleeves so that everything is protected, and they basically all are in their own little pocket, and they are labeled so that they're easily to be found. I also do have a pencil case in there, a zipper pencil case that holds our passports. Yes, our passports, really just me and the kids. Benjamin has his with him currently where he's at. And that was the first section though. So first section, identifications. Our second section was Ben's orders. Okay, so every step of the way, your military spouse or your family member or you will get orders. So from his initial what is it? Hold on. Matter of fact, let me be politically correct when I'm doing this part. I don't have to show you, but I can explain it properly. So, and I also do have each section like branched off with a divider. So the next part has orders in it. And so when I first created this, we had only had his processing orders, which is the orders that you basically get when you're joining. His reservation information for his MOS, I have that. Now for this one, it goes in chronological order from the most recent until the oldest. So in the beginning of this section is now his new orders to our new duty station. And you have to keep these things handy. Say for instance, like right now, setting up housing and getting the kids registered in schools in that area and things like that, they ask for these orders. So as soon as you can have hard orders printed out, copied, make sure that you add them to your binder. I always add them to the front of that section because they'll ask you for the most recent information. However, even through setting up the move to our first duty station, I was asked for his original documentation, his original enlistment paperwork. So I sure do have it. Here it goes. Yeah, so I used that section for there. Next, I have a section for our POA. Now, for those who do not know what a POA is, because I surely didn't, but it was highly recommended, and I am so thankful and grateful that we did choose to go that route, because the POA definitely just helps you to take care of things that your spouse or your significant other is not able to while they're in training. They have no time to sit at a computer and do half the stuff that needs to be done, or to sit at the phone calling place to place, or to go and close accounts or open accounts that need to be opened. They don't have time for that. So this POA, which is a power of attorney, definitely helps out. Now, I found a generic military styled power of attorney from online. Me and my husband read over it. We added some things, we took out some things, and then we went and we got it notarized before he left for basic. So I was able to get our identifications. I was able to sign us up for dental insurance. I was able to call and change our health insurance when it needed to be. I was able to set up the move on my own. Like I'm able to help relieve some of the pressure and stress from my husband, as he needs to focus on what he is doing in training. My next section, and not everyone is going to have this, but my husband, as you all know, is not originally from here, so we are also going through immigration processes. So my next section is his immigration paperwork, his extension letter, or any other documentation that may come in that the Army may ask for, which they have. And then I have a back section, which is medical information. So you will always need updated shot records. For my case, I am, as you guys know, diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis puts me in a category where I have to sign up for a program, or I have to be enrolled in a program called EFMP, Excellent Family Member Program, something like that. But there's paperwork with that, and this follows me. I believe it's good for 3 years. So I have to make sure I keep that. I have everyone's shot records, including my husband's, and I also have some insurance information as well in this section. All medical, all important, all needed. Signing the kids up for school, medical records. Signing myself up through EFMP, medical records. So yeah, definitely keep track of that. In my last section, but definitely not my least favorite section, I do have my pets. For those who have pets, and I have noticed that a lot of military families love their pets. So we are also a military family that loves our pets. We have 2. So I do have a section for them, their shot records, their microchip information, as well as their most recent vet checks, which is, I'm very thankful that I kept. Usually, guys, I'm horrible with paperwork, but I tell you, this binder has just been a saving grace. Getting into the temporary apartment that we're going to soon. One of the things that they asked for the pets, you know, was not just for their date of their last rabies shot, or anything, but they wanted you to upload the document. And thankfully, there we go, right there front and center. Now I am currently in the middle of adding a new section, and this is for our housing information. So in the back of my binder, I have a pocket right now that's holding our new lease information as well as the new contract on our house. So yeah, it's all very important. I do suggest you get a very strong binder because it does start to get heavy. These papers, they add up, and paper holds weight. I also suggest trying to get one of the bigger binders that does zipping up, because you do not want to lose any information in this binder, and you do not want every Tom, Dick, and Harry going through your stuff. So it can't be sitting around open and everywhere. Like I said, this goes with me everywhere. It's like attached to my hip. It rides passenger in my car, if not in between my driver's seat of the car. It is very, very important. Now, when I do finally update it, because I do plan on updating it and having a calendar put in the front so that I can keep up to date with important dates and appointments, or whatever the case may be, it can be right there front and center. And of course, if I think of anything that may need to be added, I will update you guys. There will also be a list. I will put a full list of everything that I just discussed in this video down in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. If you have any questions, suggestions, guys, I'm brand new to this, so everything that I may be doing may not be what you would want to do or what you have done in the past. Let me know, guys. Comment down below, send me an email. All my information to contact me as well as my social medias is in the description box below. And then most ultimately, pray for me and my family as we begin to take this move. I will be updating you guys on the move, on the journey, and on the packing in the videos to come. But until then, you guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you as always. And remember, stay blessed.